Hello everyone, it's Peter here, Pit Fistner. How are you doing, guys? Hello. So in today's episode, it's a really quick video. I'll tell you about the old job number, really old, and I'll explain you why it took me so long. Customer knows about it, I've told him. It's a job number 344, which is a February 2023, so several months back, and I'm not even joking, that's almost or about 4 months. And a good question is why it took me so long to do this repair. Well, at the beginning of the year, until February, I was still using my old Metex meter. So I've got it since the 90s and I need to fix it. This is not giving me good readings. On 240 volts it can show me 1200 volts. So it's no way how said that I can use it anymore. So I bought a new one. Bluetooth and so on. ESR, I think. No ESR, but true RMS and other stuff. Really good one. So on that time when I was using this one, I had few items with a wrong reading. And because I became really busy, I couldn't go back to those items. I suddenly went from few jobs per week to few jobs per day. And I was still learning some of the stuff. And I started to cooperate with one person, and then not long time ago, second person have started to help me as well to learn as an apprentice, and he's already doing some jobs, small jobs. So, life went really busy, and customer wasn't mine because customer was okay with it. He knew that I had an issue. I thought it's a transformer, and we knew that the cost is not so cheap. Plus, we didn't know the specification of the transformer. I was guessing. And then I've met a guy who's making transformers for a living. He's like 30 years in the transformers. And one of the devices he took my transformer for, and he said, Peter, this transformer is fine. And I said, what? It's like for me shock, because I know that I'm checking. Primary has a beep, good. Secondary has a beep, good. But in between primary and secondary, you can't get connection, because if so, you will be connecting input and output, and you will be making a short circuit. So if I see those things, it's a transformer fault. So I can say that I've sent unnecessarily transformer to him. So let's speak about what this fault, and it was really simple fault. I'll switch to the board. It's not the perfect how I aligned. So you see a main board from the, what it was called, 3000. Hold on a wee sec. I will tell you I will put the model in the description of the video. Gale 3080 subwoofer. Okay. So that's a PCB responsible for the power supply pretty much, and then there is a audio amp. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one, and that's even more wrong one. So this is on the TDA or something. I don't remember. I didn't look to be true. But because I didn't see a short, I was able to plug it in. So the short what I found was on the main power line, and these two fuses were blown. Yes, these two. Now the next stuff which I found were blown were these capacitors here. Sorry, my son had needed an attention. So what I want to say is I was checking, and on the bridge rectifier between plus and minus I had a short, and then I've checked that these capacitors here were different one as well, 0.1 microfarad, just different ones. Let me go back again. You see these ones. So 1, 2, and 3. 104 capacitors are 0.1 microfarad, for you to know. And with these you don't need a polarity. Yes? So I've seen them burned. Oh, look, now I'm making even more mess. So what's happening is I've replaced them. Yes, I've replaced them with those two. Three. I didn't have those original ones, and these don't care about polarity as well, so you can use them. These are up to 100 volts. So it's fine because you don't have. These capacitors are up to 50 volts. Now my meter couldn't measure it, but I have second meter for capacitance up to 20 millifarads, and I was able to confirm that these capacitors are fine. So only those capacitors were shorted, and then my friend was replacing these capacitors here, and one of them has pulled the leg, so one didn't have a reading. So I finished that, I've replaced this one. I've cut down the loose stuff out of it. I even removed one capacitor just to being, you know, like sure, and I've put it back and no shorts whatsoever. So I've put new thermal paste on this and I've installed it, and this is working. It's already in the second room because it's occupying a lot of space. It's like this, probably this high. It's really deep. So it is working. So 2 fuses and 3 capacitors, 5 components faulty, peanuts, just literally peanuts. So I said to the customer that it's ready for the collection, and customer was a bit shocked that I've called, and I said that look, it wasn't your fault, it wasn't my fault, it was just the tool's fault. So I'm really sorry for that it took me so long. At least it's a cheap repair, and at least you can pick it up and it's working. I've tested and I can say that I'm happy with the result. As you see, sometimes your tools can fail. When you see those abnormalities, better double check them. Yes, better double check them. Now I've got several meters just in case. I can't complain. I've got my favorite new meter as well. I will be fixing my old meter and hopefully this will never happen again. But there are few devices, like including this one, which I'm going through, and I need to go through all of that because in August I'm planning a week holiday. So I want to catch up with all the jobs as well, which are those long ones. And few of them are like this as well, where the meter was faulty. So I'm curious if I will plug in everything now and measure everything. Will I have such simple fixes as well? Or I will be blaming the big components, which I was afraid that they are faulty. As you see, oh, sorry for banging. I know some of you listening on the earphones or headphones, and that this, I'm sorry for that. I'm just forgetting. So yeah, so you see, many times these simple faults can be fixed quite quickly and without a problem, because that whole repair took me less than an hour. Yes, or about an hour, let's say. I don't remember exactly because I've spent previous time and this time probably over an hour, but I can't charge customer for more than an hour. It's not worth to be true, and I would be, you know, I'm not dodgy with customers, so I don't want to start right now. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video, and if possible, let's fix them all.